Hello friends, welcome back to Vlogmas day 5, I think. Today, sorry the lighting's weird, but it is what it is. It's actually almost 2:40, so I'm starting this way later in the day. To be honest, I wasn't going to vlog today because I'm really not in a great mood. Yeah, I feel like, people don't want to watch a vlog when someone's not in a good mood, right? But then at the same time, you want to be like honest with people about how you're feeling, right? I should start this out with for anybody that's new here, welcome to the channel. I promise I'm not normally like a cranky B word, but today I'm kind of feeling like one. So, but I won't be one to you guys, probably just my husband. There's a couple reasons I'm irritated. I'll tell you them and then I'll move on. First, yesterday was a very emotionally draining day with Cora's surgery and her coming home, and she didn't feel well, and it was just like a very anxiety driven day. So I was already pretty exhausted, and then we were gonna leave Cora downstairs last night because Ben's still downstairs with Finn, and we thought just in case she gets like an upset stomach during the night or something like that, we'll leave her down there. Well, at 1 in the morning, Ben scared the shit out of me by opening the door and letting her in the room, but she has that cone on her head, so she was super loud, scared the shit out of me. So it took forever for me to fall back asleep. And then basically from 3:30 to 7:30 when I got up, she woke me up probably 10 times. She just was moving around a lot. She was uncomfortable. She's wearing this big cone on her head, obviously. So that sucked. I really didn't get much sleep last night. So I was already kind of wound up from the day before, and then I didn't get much sleep. And then Ben has been on calls literally all day. He had his first call. He had a call from 10 to 11 till he didn't come downstairs till 12:30, and then he ate. And then he got on another call at 1, and he just got off at 2:30. So I've been stuck by myself trying to deal with Finn, constantly trying to mess with Cora, and Cora's still really anxious, so she's she's just being annoying. And she's allowed to be, she doesn't feel well, but and I had wanted to run and see if I could get her a soft collar. So if you guys have ever had a dog that wears a cone from the vet, they're these big, huge, well, you guys saw them, big, huge, plastic cones. So everything she runs into, she she can't really do much of anything. So I know they make cones that are made from more of a fabric. So if she runs into the couch or something, instead of having to getting stuck on the couch, it will maneuver a little bit, but she'll still be able to she still won't be able to itch her ear, and it should keep Finn from messing with it too. So anyway, I have wanted to go to Petco, and we talked about it this morning that I was going to go to Petco, but he had all these calls, and then he stayed on this call for 40 minutes longer than he was supposed to, or I guess a half hour. So anyway, I'm just a little annoyed with my husband, which happens. It is what it is. He's allowed to have calls. It's just was a communication mishap. I assumed he knew that I didn't want to be driving in rush hour or traffic, which usually starts around 3:30 here, and he just didn't think about it, which is not his fault. So when you get into a marriage or a long-term relationship, if any of you aren't in one, you learn communication, because there's there's things that you think people just think about or people are just aware of, and you'd be surprised of how unaware people are. And just what you think is important or what you are aware of, not everybody else thinks about in the same way, which I'm still trying to figure out, and I've been in this relationship now for over 5 years, so it can be difficult. I'm not mad at him, I'm just annoyed, and I'm annoyed at both of us for not figuring this out before. But anyway, doesn't matter now. I'm on my way to Petco to see if I can find a collar thing for her so that she'll just be a little bit less uncomfortable. She's gonna be uncomfortable. She has to keep it on for a week, and it's just a lot. And honestly, if it was just her, after a couple days, that house is beautiful. I'd probably take it off, because she'll be fine. But because we have Finn and he like doesn't know boundaries at all, we got to keep it on while he's around. So that's what I'm off to do. I actually am just going off of memory where this Petco is. I've never been to this one. I just know that I've seen it. So hopefully I can find it. And any ladies listening, I'm about, you know, probably 24 to 48 hours out from the beginning of my cycle. So I'm sure that that added hormone reaction is also a piece of how I'm feeling. So it is what it is. I am hoping that having some time alone tonight will be helpful for me. Ben is leaving 2:45. He'll probably leave around 4:30 or 5 to do Uber Eats, and then I can have some time by myself, and then I can go to bed tonight when he gets home. I think that's one thing I've learned about myself, is not to have these crazy expectations that I can just like snap out of it when it comes to like a mood, because not only is it like hormones, and like women have hormones, and things happen around your cycle, but also around your period, but also I am having a hard year. Like my mental health is in a really, really rough spot, and I'm doing things about it, but you know, I'm not perfect. So I'm allowed to have bad days, and that's okay. However, it's a little hard when you're sharing all your days on Vlogmas, because I don't want y'all to just like see me being cranky, you know? I'm also just feeling like super self-conscious about how I look, which I always do, but like, I don't know. I just feel like extra oh cute, all the little Christmas decorations. I just feel like extra self-conscious about how I'm looking lately, and I've been having some trouble with emotional eating again. So anyway, thank you for listening to my like 5-minute rant. I already feel a little bit better, just like getting some of that stuff off of my chest. Also, it is 73 degrees today. It's December 4th or 5th or something, and it's 73 degrees. Like, crazy. Raleigh is crazy to me. You know, my sister texted me at my hometown in northern Wisconsin, and she's like, yeah, it's supposed to be like -3 on Monday, and I'm just like, don't miss that. I'm just like really unsure about where I am right now. I know I've driven over here before, but I'm like, am I where I'm supposed to be? I had a question for you. Do any of y'all have eczema? So I don't even know if it's eczema, to be honest, but I was told by a doctor that I have eczema on my scalp because I've been having like big patches of dry skin, and it itches and it bleeds on my scalp for like the last 4 years. Nothing that I do, basically ever since I started being healthier, my skin flipped the F out. So I don't really know what caused it. And of course, the dermatologist I went to see just like gave me this cream, which it's impossible to put cream on your scalp. So that has done absolutely nothing for me. But in the last week, I've gotten these, I can't close my eyes because I'm driving. I have these like 2 spots of really dry skin. Sorry, you're bouncing right now. On my eyelids, and they hurt, and like, oh god, they just feel terrible, and I don't like know what to do about them. I just like want them to go away. Wow, that's a busy McDonald's. And they hurt, and they've only been around for a week. Nothing has changed. Ben keeps telling me that he thinks it's like from eating vegan and not having enough nutrients, because I haven't been taking fish oil, B12, or vitamin D, which I'm already low in vitamin D and B12. So I definitely think that I should be taking those supplements, but I don't think that's what caused this. I feel like it's something that I'm eating. Like, I don't know if it's too much grain, if it's too much soy, if it's too much sugar, because I've been eating a lot more processed vegan-y foods lately. Again, the emotional eating thing I was just talking about has been a little rough for me. So if any of you guys have eczema and you can tell me, and especially if you've ever gotten it on your eyeballs, because these are like terrible. They hurt so much. It feels like raw skin, you know, like if you had like a scab and then you picked it off and then your skin is like raw from it. That's what it feels like constantly. So my eyes are like puffy and it's just like it's not a great time. If you have any ideas of what it could be, if you've ever had like a food that's flared that for you, or you've had a similar experience, if you could leave that in the comments down below, so that I would like greatly appreciate it, because the dermatologist I went and saw was like absolutely of zero help. Okay friends, I got it. It was way more expensive than I was anticipating. It was like $40, but hopefully it seems really small, so we'll see. They said I can bring it back if it doesn't fit her, so I decided I'm gonna go walk around Target just to get some energy out, maybe buy a snack for later or something, I don't know. I just left Target. I bought some sour strips, which if any of you guys follow Max Tuning, it's his like sour candy brand. And I also bought some chips and salsa, because that is like my emotional eating vice, is chips and salsa. I don't know, I mean, I eat a lot of stuff, random stuff, but that's just like a super random one. I looked around at some of the clothes and stuff, but I just like don't want to buy myself clothing right now besides like sweaters, because as I just told you that I bought chips and salsa, I want to lose weight, so I don't want to keep like buying myself clothes, but I also need clothes that fit me. So fun fact, used to love Chipotle, or I loved Qdoba, then where I lived in Green Bay, Wisconsin, got a Chipotle, was super obsessed with Chipotle, and then like burned myself out on it, and then I got obsessed with Qdoba because I loved their hot salsas. So in the last like 6 months, Qdoba has changed their salsas, so they no longer have the 2 like hot salsas that I had all the time, and it's like a flavor thing. It's not even that I needed it to be spicy. So their new salsas are more of like a smoky, and I don't like that. So I'm kind of pissed off at Qdoba because I love them, and I don't really understand why they got rid of those salsa. I mean, maybe I was the only person drinking them. Just apparently like the salted caramel mocha, if you guys know that issue that I was having. Anyway, can't get Qdoba, which if I would have been eating Qdoba, I would have just got it, because that would have been a nice little dinner for myself tonight. But now instead, I'll have to eat food at home. I don't know about you guys, but I'm like an emotional eater and emotional spender. So I don't spend like tons of money, because we don't have tons of money, but I definitely spend money on things like chips and salsa, on, you know, things like that I don't need. And when you buy them consistently, it adds up. And then, you know, when you're on like a strict budget, kind of sucks. They like go hand in hand. I'm hoping that some of the therapy work that I do with my therapist also helps with that. I will say I'm having trouble every time I look at myself in the mirror. I'm definitely having like a really bad relationship with self day today, which makes sense because I'm in a bad mood, but I feel like very puffy. Anyway, it is what it is. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this very chatty vlog. I will, like, once Ben leaves tonight, I'll kind of show you guys what I get up to tonight.
Just looks like it's gonna be comfortable. I love dresses. I try to rent a dress every single month. And my new leave is from the brand
nice and clean. I had to like do a whole bunch more dishes, so there's a bunch of stuff sitting there, but cleaned out the rest of the stuff, unloaded this, and reloaded it. And that is it for Vlogmas day 5, 6? I don't remember which one this is. I'm actually editing tomorrow's Vlogmas because I think I told you guys I'm technically like a day ahead, just because I know I'm gonna have a day where I can't vlog, which I actually thought was gonna be today, but I'm gonna try to hold out a little bit longer so that I have it. I've showed you a little bit, but I am just watching some YouTube Vlogmas and editing my vlog, which actually I think just exported, so I'm gonna upload that to YouTube. I am gonna have to work this weekend because I really get to do a bunch of work today or yesterday, so I'm probably gonna have to at least do some work for my one client this weekend, and then hopefully edit some podcasts. We'll see. I'm so behind on podcast editing. If I could hire a podcast editor, I 100% would, just because it takes the editing part doesn't even take a while. It's that I need someone to edit and also to like create the show notes and all the stuff that goes along with that. It's not hard, I just don't like doing it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's vlog. Sorry I was in like a little bit lower of a mood, but I'm just being honest with you about where I am. Hoping that this weekend I'll feel a little bit better. I am planning on sleeping in if my body lets me tomorrow, and just giving myself some extra sleep so that I can just have a better weekend and focus on my mental health a little bit more. But thank you so much for watching today's video. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.